Minister. Thank you. The next speaker is K. Ravindra Kumar.
Sir, Deputy Chairman, sir, thank you for giving this opportunity. Union budget is for the entire country. It is because its proposal requires the states, the constituents of the Union of India to undertake and execute certain financial commitments for the development of the country, along with the path scripted in the Union budget. The Union budget for 2022-23 has been framed to pull the economy out of the ill effects of COVID-19 pandemic through increased capital expenditure. However, I would like to point out the inadequate allocations for health, education, agriculture, including research, MNREGA, etc. We need to increase investments in human capital alongside physical infrastructure. Necessary funds should be made available under these heads as we do go along in due course. Similarly, Honorable Finance Minister announced in her budget speech 22-23 that under PM Vidya scheme, a further Vidya scheme for a further 188 TV channels would be launched for enabling supplementary education to classes 1 to 12 with the slogan of one class, one TV channel. However, we see that the allocations towards PM Vidya scheme in the budget documents allocations was a mere lakhs of rupees. How it is possible? More allocations of funds are required for this. In this context, with the given limited time, I would like to touch upon two aspects: the broad principles of the Union budget for 22-23 and the philosophy and the state of finances in my state of Andhra Pradesh. Firstly, about my state, the report of the COG, Controller and Auditor General of India on the budget of AP 2020-21 was presented in the State Assembly only 4 days back, that is on 25th of this month. It revealed a set of very disturbing facts that should be serious concern for this August House and the Union government as well. These revelations include expenditure of 1,11,000 crores without the approval of the State Assembly for 2021, which is about half of the total expenditure. Transactions of rupees 48,234 crores, which is about 1/3 of the total budget expenditure, without proper accounting and documentation and in violation of the Treasury Code, not informing the State Assembly. Borrowings of rupees 38,312 crore. Diversion of about 30% of central funds to unintended items of expenditure. Utter mismatch between budget allocations and actual expenditure, and particularly for the welfare of backward sections, scheduled caste, women and minorities, grossly inadequate capital expenditure, which is essential for development of the state, heavy reliance on borrowings in the name of the welfare schemes, etc. The questionable transactions of 48,234 crores is about 730 times that of the alleged Behar fodder scam. This misappropriation is deeply troubling, and this is for only one financial year. 48,230 crores were misappropriated from the budget. Elaborating on various misdeeds of the AP government, the COG has observed that there are in violation of the provisions of the Constitution, which stipulate that not even a rupee can be spent without authorization by the state legislature. The COG also noted that much misdeeds promote financial indiscipline and even probable misappropriation, stating that it is rare in the history of auditing of public finances in the country. The COG refused to certify 1/3 of the financial transactions by the government of AP for 2021, perhaps for the first time in the history of the country. This August House needs to know why it is happening in a major and important state like Andhra Pradesh and what it amounts to. Sir, our country has been suffering the consequences of externally sponsored terrorism for a long time. The dictionary meaning of terrorism is that it is calculated and unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians in the pursuit of political aims. Going by this definition and the modus operandi of the present Andhra Pradesh government, there is financial anarchism in Andhra Pradesh. to serve the political interest of the ruling establishment in the state. With the all responsibility, I venture to say, so because the irresponsible financial mismanagement, including utter indiscipline and gross violation of the Constitution and the attendant consequences, has all the element of anarchism. The consequences being a serious threat to the future of the people of the state, born out of a calculated consideration of the ruling establishment of severe their political objectives. Serve their political objectives. The present government in AP is unleashing a quiet violence against the people of the state from gross misuse of the public finances for personal gains. The AP government has not so far responded on spending over 1 lakh crores without the approval of the State Assembly. On the expenditure not certified by the CAG, the state government only said it was only a book adjustment. These defenses did not seem to have been accepted by the court. The arrest of this financial anarchism in AP, the central government should seriously consider imposing financial emergency in the state under Article 360 of the Constitution of India in the interest of the state of AP. Otherwise, the present and future of the people of the state will be seriously endangered. We cannot keep quiet when the AP government has unleashed a serious attack on our Constitution and our Parliament in the form of violation of the acts made by it, like the Fiscal Responsibility and the Management Act, and recommendations of the Finance Commission regarding the disclosure of borrowings, etc. Regarding allocations for my state of AP, the High Court has clearly stated that only Amaravati can only be the capital of the state. In my view, the state government did not choose to go and appeal to the Supreme Court on the judgment passed by the Division Bench of Andhra Pradesh High Court at present, but discussed the judgment of Division Bench of Andhra Pradesh High Court in the State Legislative Assembly and undermined the judiciary, particularly AP High Court, which is not warranted. The Honorable High Court categorically declared that the Andhra State Legislature has no legislative competency to enact any law for shifting the organs of the state, since the capital of Amaravati has been established pursuant to the Article 4 of the Constitution of India, read with 6 and 94 Clause 3, Clause 4 of the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act, which was enacted by the Parliament and issued mandamus directing the government of Andhra Pradesh to develop the Amaravati capital region by providing all infrastructure facilities, etc. Instead of implementing the same, the state government made an attempt to attribute some motives to the High Court in the name of discussion on the powers of the legislature. However, it is high time to develop Amaravati capital. So I urge the central government and the Honorable Finance Minister to ensure substantial allocations for the development of the capital of Amaravati. The earlier Telugu Party government has allotted lands to 43 institutions of the Union government and its PSUs in Amaravati capital region. I appeal to the Honorable Prime Minister and the Finance Minister and the concerned ministers to do the needful for quick launches of these institutions. Sir, Vizag Steel Plant, with regard to the great concern of the people of Andhra Pradesh, the disinvestment proposal and privatization with regard to the Vizag Steel Plant, I request the Honorable Finance Minister to drop such proposal and continue as it is. Sir, I want to make it a political, with regard to the point with regard to cess and surcharge. The 18th Constitutional Amendment provides for all central taxes except the surcharge and cess to be shared between the centre and the states. That means cess and surcharge will not be a part of the divisible pool. Till 2015-16, surcharge and cases were just 5 to 6% of the gross tax revenue. Now it has increased more than 9% of the GTR, gross tax revenue. So the intention of imposing surcharge and cess instead of imposing taxes to avoid sharing of the tax with the states, this has to be relooked and reviewed. So, sir, finally, I appeal the government to do the needful and save the people of Andhra Pradesh from the financial anarchism of the state government and secure their future, if necessary, by invoking Article 360C, by imposing financial emergency in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next speaker is